If Gov Guam doesn't act fast, the 515 students who attend Guahan Academy Charter School will have no place to go come Monday.
We sincerely believe that this is not the end of the road, but a bump in the road.
At last night's emergency meeting called for parents, school principal Donna Dwiggins broke the bad news.
We have received a notice to vacate the school buildings in which GACS operates no later than Friday, December 13th, 2013. This notice was served to the charter school because the government of Guam has not finalized the lease with CoreTech for the property that the school occupies.
Dwiggins says CoreTech has signed their end of the contract, but the holdup has been with Gov Guam, where the contract now sits with the AG's office for review. If no contract is finalized by Friday the 13th, GACS officials will be forced to turn over the keys on Monday, an option that left many parents upset.
It seems to me like there's been a very big failure on the part of the government of Guam to support the school to this point. And there's no way that any of us can allow it to continue. To interrupt all of our children's education at this point, at the beginning of the tenure of this school, is just completely irresponsible by the government.
While they point the blame at Gov Guam for lagging on the lease agreement, the governor's director of communications, Troy Torres, says the administration has been nothing but supportive. When charter school officials looked to Gov Guam for help, Gov Guam secured the present site of the charter school just outside the interim Ontalon Middle School campus. The contract that's currently under review will also cover the buildings covered by GACS.
To not take any responsibility for the management of your own operations is really irresponsible and a disservice to those parents and students. Something that we're not going to brush this aside and say, this is your fault, you need to deal with it. We're continuing to help every single day.
While Dwiggins argues Gov Guam's deadline to finalize the lease was on November 30th, Torres argues it's December 31st when Gov Guam's option to purchase Tiyan runs out. Torres notes that Gov Guam intends to purchase Tiyan as DOE has expressed interest in converting the site into a central high school to alleviate overcrowding at George Washington High School.
Now with the eviction notice from the developer, and understanding that the charter school did not meet its obligation to their November 30 deadline to the developer, it looks like we just need to talk to the Attorney General about speeding up the review.
Meanwhile, Senator Aline Yamashita says had GACS been more transparent about operations, the threat of eviction could have been avoided.
Certainly, we know that we've had some rough turns here. We were with Charter School Council on an oversight a couple weeks ago, and on the list of questions was the status of the lease. At that time, their CEO, principal, the board of trustees chose not to speak with us.